Shock Monkey Radio is entertainment for adults, by adults, and the views and opinions expressed here do not reflect upon the sponsors or FXBG Public Radio. For additional information, please refer to the United States Bill of Rights. Stand warned.
Tune the madness down the rage. The world's a jungle stage by stage. Shock Monkey Radio. Feel the static, let it go. Shock Monkey Radio. Twist it down and lose control.
So I was hanging out with the family, and you know how it is when you got a cute little puppy in your house. And so we're all just taking pictures of the puppy. Like, oh, look, well, I just got this one of them. Check him out. And Dash is going back and forth. And, hey, what's going on up there? Can I be a part of that or not? And you're like, oh, okay. So I showed my phone a picture of Dash to Dash. And I put it right in front of him. And like any dog might, he just started licking it. And then by the first lick, it closed the picture of him. The second lick and the third lick, all of a sudden he's scrolling through my camera roll. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I pull the phone back and say, hey, buddy, that's not very, you don't do that. All right, first of all, you're not even a year old. You don't know what you might find in there. Racist memes. Yes, that's what you might find in there. Racist memes, and only that. And so you shouldn't be picking up someone's phone and start scrolling through the camera roll like you own it. It's like, we need to teach you this lesson right away. But I don't think he understood English, and I guess we're gonna have to keep trying. So it's just a little lesson you got to teach a puppy. Like don't pee on the pad, don't poop in the house, that kind of thing. Don't scroll through my camera roll. It's very impolite. Anyway, welcome to Shock Monkey Radio. I am your host, the Madman. I have a Patreon. Go to patreon.com/shockmonkeyradio. Become a patron today. I'd very much appreciate it. Or you can send me money through Cash App. Use the hashtag shockmonkeyradio, all one word. And you can follow me on social media over here. Hope you had a good St. Patrick's Day. Like withered shamrock. Hungover shock monkey. And I'm a little hungover. I usually don't drink on nights before a show. Out of respect to you, but St. Patrick's Day. What else am I going to do? So some of you may be wondering what happened to all the cute dog videos that were on your channel. And I was like, well, it's cluttering up my channel. Plus, Dash and I had a disagreement about like politics and stuff like that. He's like, I don't want to be associated with you and all this crazy horses need to die nonsense. And so he's like, I think we need to distance each other professionally. The dog said to me, and I was like, okay, fine. He goes like, I want to make my own YouTube channel. I was like, all right, go ahead. And he just sit there blinking at me. And he's like, well, I don't have thumbs. Oh, so I have to make your YouTube channel for you. You want to leave, and now I have to do it for you. He's like, I don't have thumbs. I was like, what if I decide to stop feeding you? Then he rolled over on his back and he says, rub my belly. Rub my belly and tell me you're going to stop feeding me. And I was like, I can't do that. It's impossible. As soon as I start rubbing your belly, there's no way I'm going to tell you I'm not going to feed you. So I'm being emotionally blackmailed by a tiny little puppy. And now I'm running his YouTube channel too. So be sure to go on YouTube and subscribe to DashPuppers on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. It's content that's a little bit lighter hearted than mine. We'll see who gets more subscribers, okay, buddy? We'll see who brings in more money. This dog, he's learning so quickly. Yeah, yep, Dash has his own channel. So I had kind of a semi-viral moment last week, for me. When you got 200 and some subscribers, it's viral for you is like 2,000 views. And so I put out a video like last week about that crazy plan I had in last week's show about the Grand Canyon and the horses, and so I clipped that and I put it out on social media and got a lot of views and a lot of comments. And I always like when one of the horse videos goes semi-viral. It's like the couple that I made before also went semi-viral. And so there's always a bunch of people in the comments going, what happened to you, dude? Show us on the doll where the horse touched you, kind of thing. You know, one comment was like, what do you say? A cowboy ran off with this guy's wife. I was like, no, it's not personal. It's not personal revenge. It's common sense anyway. And I feel like I hate having to explain a joke. I hate it because sometimes you get a comment like, dude, the CIA is going to come get you. And I'm like, really? I hope the CIA has better things to do than come after a guy. Because seriously, like CIA would look at my YouTube channel, look at the videos of the Horses Are Evil playlist. And they're like, are we really going to spend resources on this guy? We'll pull up his account right now. Boom. Do you think he has the kind of money to corral every horse in America? Because there's no point in doing it unless you corral every single horse in America. You know what I'm saying? Do you think he has the money to corral all the horses in America into the Grand Canyon and then get a bunch of Apache helicopters and then get a bunch of machine gun nests? No. Why can't I explain this joke? Why do I have to explain this joke to people? Yes, horses scare me. Yes, I don't like them. All right? But to ease my fear, I like to fantasize about channeling them all into the Grand Canyon. We'd get Apache helicopters. And with the soundtrack, what was that song in Silence of the Lambs? Goodbye Horses by Q Lazarus playing in the background. Just missile tubes, rocket tubes, just. It's a joke, you know? And it's funny because, like, when you talk about, like, cats are the other big thing. You start saying something like, man, I can't stand my cat. You start posting stuff like that. It's like, I can't stand my cat. Sometimes I just want to kick him into the wall. You'll get all sorts of people bombarding your comments. It's like, oh, the sacred cat. How dare you say that about the sacred cat? And look, puppies are cute and everything to me. I love them to pieces. And no matter, how many times they poop and pee in the wrong places and how annoying they could be, you still love them because they're cute as hell. But cats, for some reason, they either piss you off or you love them to pieces. And sometimes it's both. They'll piss you off, like in the middle of the night, you hear some running around the house, and you step out, and there's a big hairball right in front of where, you get out of bed, and barefoot, hits the hairball. You hate the cat, but then later in the afternoon, the cat's up on your lap, just purring away, and you're letting it. All right, I don't have any animosity towards cats. All right, I really don't have any. I don't think I can say that. I do have animosity towards horses, but I'm not going to do anything about it. After all, horses are property, and if I start killing horses that are somebody's property, then it's going to be an actual legal issue, and I'm going to have to pay restitution. And I don't know about you, but I can't afford a horse. How can I explain this? All right, CIA, I can't even buy one horse. I hate having to explain jokes, and I hate that people get so defensive about their damn animals. They're just horses. They're just cats. They're just cute little puppies. I like them too sometimes, except horses. I hate them all the time. And so it's just a fun little mental game where I get to fantasize about ways of killing horses. I have a video in the playlist talking about, hey, all of my favorite movie scenes where horses die. It's a fun little exercise for me. That's all. So jump up on the anti-horse train because it's fun. It's fun out here. EK complimented me on my hair. When I last got this haircut, these hairs cut. When I got these hairs cut, he said, man, good looking haircut. And I was like, thank you. I thought so too. And so this is kind of like a how to man up thing. I think I already did one about about haircuts. First of all, if you're getting a haircut, I highly recommend you go to a barbershop. Don't go to a salon. Salons are on their own time. And from what I can gather about salons is that like the conversation drives up the price or something. And they're in absolutely no hurry. Absolutely no hurry. And I'm just like, I don't want to maximize my time with a stranger behind me with sharp objects. So if you want to get a haircut, I suggest going to a barbershop and have a man do it. And if he does talk to you, God forbid, it's about something benign like sports. Did you see the game? Yeah, I saw the game. What'd you think about the guy running? Oh, he ran really good. I like the running. I like the sports balls. And you can have that conversation. There's no depth to it at all. But you go to a salon and it's like, Did you hear what happened to Karen's sister? No, please tell me all about it. And they will. So if you have to get a haircut, go to a barbershop. Unfortunately, at barbershops, you also have women working at barbershops too these days. And some days you may come in to a barbershop and it's nothing but women in the barbershop. And you're just like, screw it. I don't want to drive to another barbershop. Yeah, in this strip mall, there's like two salons and a barbershop. I go to the barbershop. I'm not going to the salons. So I'd have to drive to another place to go to another barbershop. Risk there being nothing but women there too. So I said, screw it. I'm having a haircut here. Who am I going to pick? Here's the trick. You want a good haircut? Pick the ugliest chick in the room. The ugliest hairdresser is going to say, you cutie, I'm going to make you cute today. And so, yeah, get yourself a 5. Get yourself a 5 to cut your hair, because she'll want to make you, good looking. Men are indifferent. They're worried about like cleanliness and even. If it looks clean and even, it's good to go, generally. But a woman will take the time. It's like, this will really look good on your square-shaped head. Maybe she wasn't attracted to me. I don't know. Just a little bit of advice. Yeah, we're doing a corner of the week. We're doing it. We'll make it a short one. It's only 2 pence. Feed the birds, 2 a bag. 2 a bag. Whew, Julie Andrews. What a voice, huh? So this is a 2 pence piece from jolly old England. What's 2009? I think so. Let me check the notes. I think it's 2009. We'll just get the big points here. Elizabeth II is on the head side, facing right. Okay. It says in Latin, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, defender of the faith. The style of portrait and legend was standard across multiple versions while she's the defender of the faith. Yeah. Yeah, keeping the faith. The reverse side features the heraldic design, line rampant. Inside a rectangular shield or compartment. Now, this is what's interesting about pence pieces. The full royal shield is contained on all the pence pieces, the 1, 2, 5, 10, and 20 and 50 piece pence coins. You can fit together the whole royal shield. That's a cool design feature, I think. And so, neato. But it's 2 pence, It's let me see here. It's copper plated steel, and they've been doing that since 1992 onward for most 2 pence coins. Yeah, it's 2 pence. It's it's a copper coin. For the pound sterling, 100 pence makes 1 pound sterling, and so it's basically 2 of their pennies. But it's actually worth like 2.7 cents in U.S. currency. So I mean, it's kind of interesting. Plus, England is like my genetic home. It's where I'm from, genetically speaking. And this is one of those ones I picked up as a delivery driver. It's fascinating being like a delivery driver in this area, like DC metro area. It's because you can run across a lot of people who've been to foreign countries and have foreign coins. And this one time, I remember where I got this coin and many others that English coins that I have, is this guy I was delivering pizzas to, and he's like, all right, cheers, mate. He's like, his signature, there's a little tip for you, yeah? And I was like, oh, thank you very much, sir. Are you from England? And he's like, yeah, I'm from England. I was like, well, just for next time, I'm really interested in foreign coins. So if you have any British coins, he's like, hang on a minute. And he went in the house, like, I guess he has like a coin jar that he brought from England here. And he's like, what the hell am I going to do with this now? I can give it to the weird delivery driver. So he like handed me a handful of British coins. So every time I deliver the guy, he like a handful of British coins. And this is probably the lowest denomination one. I don't think there was any 1 pence pieces that he gave me. A couple pound pieces. Nice. Thank you. And so I was thinking about it's unlucky, by the way. The scratch tickets, it's unlucky. It didn't win. But I was thinking about when I look at this piece, I think about like Mary Poppins. And as I horribly sang at the beginning, there's the Tuppance, Tuppance, Tuppence a bag song, and it's a beautiful lullaby. And when I look at this, I think about that song, and I think about like that, the whole Mary Poppins music, the music of Mary Poppins is just amazing, amazingly composed. And the Tuppence is just kind of a short little piece. It's supposed to be a lullaby, and it's peaceful and soothing, and I really like the tune. and it's just back then, Disney's, the music they were making, or the music they were using to make the things they were making. I was thinking about it quite a bit last night about Mary Poppins and Bambi, the April showers. April showers. Just amazing choirs singing. And they integrated it into Bambi, and then they wrote these tunes for Julie Andrews, incredibly attractive and a talented young lady at the time. And she's nailing every single one of these tunes. And one of them's called Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And it's a great song. It's just, they don't make music anymore like that, I was thinking about the last time I sang. This is weird and kind of nostalgic the last time I sang with my sister was when we watched Aladdin in the 90s. I can show you the world. Doing duets with my sister. And even back then, the music was really good. But, I mean, when you talk about, like, Mary Poppins, excellent. So good. And I also think about, like, Saving Mr. Banks. I remember watching Saving Mr. Banks, and I'm like, holy cow, did they make Mary Poppins better? They made it better? And so that's what I think about when I look at this Tuppence, Tuppence, Tuppence a bag. It's not so much where the coin has been as it is where the coin takes me. All right. Apparently people were upset I didn't do any movie reviews last week, so you're getting two. You're getting two today, even after we have to go long shorter on the news. First movie I'm reviewing is Funhouse, a 2019 movie. It's not EK approved. It does not have the EK stamp of approval. I mean, I like that we do the stars, but if we had like not EK approved stamp to go over, it's something we can work on for next time. EK. Yeah, I can't hear you nodding. It is gory at times. And they're very brief moments of gore. But here's the simple idea. It's basically Extreme Fish Tank Live. All right, you get a bunch of like C-tier celebrities, influencers, and stuff like that, and you put them in this room, and the premise is like that person with the least amount of votes, it's all going to be, streamed out there into the world, and who has the least amount of votes has to face a challenge. And they're like, okay, this is one of these things again, and then all of a sudden, oh, we're getting murdered. So they want the votes. They work hard to get the votes because they're all a bunch of C-list influencers, and they all need that $5 million to keep that career such as it is going. So it is an extreme form, like Fish Tank Live. There is some nudity, and specifically a very, very impressive set of breasts. This movie is worth the watch on its own, even though the ending will infuriate you like it infuriated me. But the reason why I'm reviewing it at all, because the ending really, really did piss me off, but is number one, fantastic set of tits. Number two, is a very interesting commentary about social media influencers and modern fame and what that means. Like, like the main character is this Skarsgård guy all the way at the end, and he's his claim to fame was he was on a reality, reality TV show where he married a pop star, ended up getting divorced from her, and that was his big claim to fame. And you got other ones that are just influencers. You got an MMA guy. You got the females, obviously, or they're using their attractiveness, their bodies, to gain subscribers and so forth. And it has an interesting commentary on it, even though the bad guy, is saying some of the interesting commentary about it. It's kind of like in a Ted Kaczynski way. And it was like, well, I don't agree with sending bombs to people in the mail, but Look at what Ted said here. You know, so I don't necessarily agree with trapping all a bunch of C-list influencers in a room and murdering them all because modern fame doesn't really matter. And it's like people are famous just for being famous. It's like, geez, it's like Elon Musk got pissed off about other people being more famous than him or something. It's weird that way. But I do like the commentary on modern fame. Yeah, and so you got the MMA fighters, you got vacuous whores, and so forth, and terrible ending. I don't want to spoil anything if you want to watch it, because what's her name? Carolina Benefeld. Impressive, but the ending just really pissed me off. So all I can do is give it 6 of 13 stars. Like I said. Really nice, fantastic, top-notch Carolina Benefield. That's the blonde there near to the Skarsgård guy. Why do I know the name and not the guy, the face? Is that like the most common name in like Norway or whatever? Hey, he's on top of it, not EK approved. Too gory at times. Maybe I can get you a timestamp for when she takes her shirt off. EK's like, my wife's gonna see this. She's gonna be watching it with me. Hey, honey, Scott said we should really check. Anyway, I don't want to praise a film just for one girl taking her shirt off, but really, there's an interesting commentary as well. Anyway, next movie review. The 2018 movie Death Wish, starring Bruce Willis. And when this man passes, people will say a lot of things about those last movies he made, but he should be proud of this. He was still cognizant and cogent enough to perform in this role, and did a really good job. Plus, it's an incredibly strong script and incredibly well directed, with also a A-list cast. All right. Now, if you know anything about Death Wish or the Death Wish movies, I'm specifically referencing the Charlie Bronson Death Wish, and was in 1974, and this movie is very similar to that. It's always the same kind of revenge fantasy for any kind of guy movies, like your wife and daughter get killed by criminals, and you go out and you just start shooting criminals. It's classic vigilante Punisher stuff. It's not exactly an original screenplay. After all, it's called Death Wish, a movie that was originally made in 1974. However, in the 1974 Death Wish, I believe there was a implied rape that took place, and when it comes to a wife and daughter being cornered by a bunch of criminals in their home, there's always a possibility of that happening. I think this modern version of it just kind of carefully dances over the idea that something sexual in nature could have happened or may have happened. I think the 1974 was far more aggressive about the idea that yes, there is a sexual assault involved in what happened here. And when it comes to that kind of thing, that can really piss off a person a lot, especially if, it was your daughter being, you'd kind of want to hit the streets, start taking out criminals. But what you shouldn't do, you should not do that. Vigilantism is a terrible, terrible, dirty business. And like I was talking with EK earlier about, when it comes to the real business of revenge, the story is always going to end the same way. It's like billionaire Bruce Wayne found dead in an alley dressed as a bat. And there's a second night out of Batman. All right, because that's the truth of the matter. It's a very, very dirty business. However, it's a very clever script. He's like, I want to do this. I want to go out and hurt these people who killed my wife. His wife was played by Elizabeth Shue, damn it. Elizabeth Shue, one of the actresses I have the longest, steadiest crush on to this day. And I'm sorry, when you kill Elizabeth Shue in a movie, I'm on Bruce Willis' side. I went, Bruce, let's go out there. Teamwork. I can be Batman, you could be Robin. Okay, Okay, I'll be Robin. How about like Hawk and Dove? All right, I'm Robin. All right, I'm Robin. So it's, and then he's like, he goes to a gun store, and it's very clever about how, like, logistically, you know, because it's a modern era, you know, social media is a thing, cameras are everywhere and so forth. So it's kind of a little bit different movie. It's not 1974 anymore. It's 2018, you know? So he goes to the gun store and starts talking to this cute girl, Bethany. There's a little bit part for her. And he's like, okay, there's cameras everywhere. I'm going to have to fill out paperwork. They can trace every single bullet from where it was purchased. I can't buy a gun. So he doesn't buy a gun. Instead, he's a surgeon, by the way, a doctor, a surgeon. And so they get this GSW guy from Gangland in Chicago. This takes place in Chicago. So there's plenty of chances for gang members to show up with a gun on him. And he steals a gun from like a gang member. And he starts going out fighting crime. And then he's like, you know, I don't know how guns work. And then there's this amazing dual screen where he's like watching a YouTube video on how to break down a Glock 17, which is the type of gun he found. And he's how to break it down. It shows, and it's juxtaposed with images of him being a surgeon, doing surgical stuff. And it was really well directed, Eli Roth. That's the Bear Jew from Inglourious Basterds. Very well done as a director, Eli Roth. And this movie is different because the mom and the daughter like fight back, and it's great. You kind of like it. And you're like, I'm sad that Elizabeth Shue had to die, and it's terrible what happened to the young girl. But I mean, when they get their licks in, you're like, yeah. It is. I mean, you know, I know I complain about all these, boss girl kind of girls, characters in movies, but you know, I've always loved that. You know, especially when it comes to violence. But that's the thing. It's like, why aren't you carrying a gun? You live in Chicago. So I'm on his side when it comes to killing the bad guys. But then his daughter gets better, and he's like, and his was his brother. Yeah, what's his name? Vincent D'Onofrio playing his brother, and he's like, he figures out what he's doing, and he's like, you need to stop this and take care of that little girl. And he's like, oh, okay. And it's kind of interesting, and no revenge story ends this way, by the way. Never. All right. And so just want to let you know about there's a couple of scenes where you're like that you get commentary by Sway and Mancow. I understand it's Chicago and stuff like that, but I mean, is that really necessary, or did you have some contract? You know, you had some obligation with a contract to put Sway and Mancow in a movie. Because Mancow is definitely great for radio. Sway has a radio voice, but I don't like him. Anyway, so I found that to be unnecessary. You didn't need Sway or Mancow in it. But good revenge tale and very well done, Eli Roth. 11 of 13 stars. You killed Elizabeth Shue, you son of a bitch. I haven't been this mad since Karate Kid Part 2. All right, let's get into the news worth knowing. I mean, the Asian girl was cute, but is Elizabeth Shue's not back? What the hell? She was Japanese, Okinawa. Yeah. I don't want to go too much in depth, but there's no what's it called, assets for this topic. But you hear about the shooting down in Old Dominion University? Now, I didn't want to include the story today in here because me going off on Muslims, you know, it's getting a little boring even to me. So, but you know, some guy named Muhammad busted into the Old Dominion University, and the dipshit actually was looking for ROTC. Idiot. You should have been looking for the chess club. So he goes to the ROTC armed. Says, is this ROTC? The instructor says yes. You know, military member, veteran. And then he raises a rifle and shoots him dead. But the ROTC cadets whooped the crap out of this guy, ended up killing him with a blade, which is a testament to the training that they've received already for ROTC. Imagine having a confirmed kill before you took the oath of enlistment. You are going to be the baddest dude in officer candidate school. You know what I mean? And so I'm sad that, you know, people died and so forth, but it also gives me great hope for the future that there are still young men willing to fight the good fight. And so good for those ROTC cadets over at Old Dominion University. But it's Norfolk, man. I've been to Norfolk. I've been to ODU. I know the neighborhood around there. Rough town. Anyway, let's do an update on the war briefly. People are like, oh, it's taking forever. You know how short World War II was? It was 4 years. And as in terms of wars go, 4 years is nothing. And in these days, modern warfare is like the 8-day war, 9-day war. And they're like, oh, we're getting into weeks now. It's like, okay. Anyway. There's a bunch of strikes that happened. Anyway, so CIA Director John Ratcliffe said Wednesday he believes Iran has been a constant threat to the United States and posed an immediate threat at this time. Well, it always has. So Ratcliffe made the comment to the Senate Intelligence Committee hearing on worldwide threats after being asked by Senator John Cornyn from Texas, quote, is there anything to indicate that Iran had ceased its nuclear ambitions or its desire to continue to build ballistic missiles capable of threatening American troops and allies in the Middle East? No, in fact, the intelligence reflects the contrary. So you disagree with Mr. Kent? Cornyn then asked, referencing Joe Kent, the nation's top counterterrorism official who resigned on Tuesday in protest of the U.S. war against Iran. Kent claimed that Tehran posed no immediate threat. I do, Ratcliffe said, later adding, I think Iran has been a constant threat to the United States for an extended period of time and posed an immediate threat at this time. Well, that's confusing. All right, so struck more over Israeli military said it struck over 200 more targets in Iran. Joe Kent's resignation letter contained virulent anti-Semitism, quote unquote. I'm not going to read everything he said, but basically, that Joe Kent is kind of a conspiracy nut, and so so many people, when this war started, they're like, "Oh, the Jews!" I was like, "What is it?" It's circular thinking, I know, and you say to these people, it's like, "Why does it always come back to the Jews?" And they're like, "Why does it always come back to the Jews?" It's like, "Oh my God, how do you reason with these kind of people?" And if you're the kind of guy who thinks like Iran has been a threat, and it has been for a very, very, very long time, almost half a century. And you're like, the Jews got us into this. I don't get it. It's conspiracy theories. It's like I've said to like lots of people, and I think I've said it on the show millions of times, people don't work together that well. I don't know if you ever tried to get a team working together on something, but it's nearly impossible. And I'll tell you something. In the military, it was a lot easier because we were all trained the same way. We all went through the same conditioning. And then it was a lot easier to make a team and get things done. That's why I have a lot of respect for the military. They can actually work as a team and get things done. But out here in civilian world, holy cow. People do not get along that well. Anyway, so the war is ongoing. You guys can continue to cry river about it. So let's talk about Trump Truth Socialing. You ever wonder if he's going to give up on that? Truth Social? I don't think so. Trump raises eyebrows with statehood comment after Venezuela beat the U.S. in World Baseball Classic. Just moments after Venezuela defeated the U.S. World Baseball Classic final, President Trump took to Truth Social to send a simple one-word post that divided American fans. Statehood, Trump wrote, only adding his initials. Post came a day after Venezuela beat Italy in the WBC semifinal, when Trump set an initial post that teased statehood for the South American country if it were to win the championship. Dangling statehood. Go on, go win it. I would have said, there's no way they're going to win it. Go ahead. Now he's like, oh, I'm on the hook now. Wow, Venezuela defeated Italy tonight 4-2 in the WBC baseball semifinal. They're looking really great. Good things are happening to Venezuela lately. I wonder what this magic is all about. Statehood, number 51, anyone? Trump wrote Monday evening. He appeared to double down on the suggestion as one-word post on Tuesday night. Some were encouraging him, some were disagreeing. Let's see, the terrible idea that will cost trillions. We can't afford the 50 we have now. One person on X wrote. Another wrote, "It's just a baseball game. We don't have to make this a state just because we won the World Baseball Classic." I agree with that. It's just a baseball game. The new year started with the U.S. conducting a military operation in Venezuela, which led to the capture of this leader, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife. Two were brought back to the U.S. to face federal weapons and narco-terrorism charges, among other crimes. All right, blah, blah, blah. You know, since then, relations between U.S. and Venezuela have thawed. An American flag was recently raised over the U.S. Embassy building in Caracas for the first time in 7 years. Venezuela may have stirred anger in the American baseball fans with its 3-2 victory on Tuesday. It's just a baseball game. No need to make them a state. However, I've always liked the idea of changing the American flag to the colonial circle, 13 stars, and say any country, any state wants to become a state of the United States of America. You have to obey by our laws, pay our taxes, all that stuff. You know, I'm for that, but before you do that, you need to get rid of the whole idea of representation based upon population, because there's way too many people out there. And if you start adding states to the union, that means more and more people in Congress, and the next thing you know, you got the Senate in episode 1. You know what I mean? Just ridiculously big bureaucracy, so big it's like the Tower of Babel. So anyway, weird little rant about a baseball game. Who started it? Trump started a weird little rant. Let's go to this next story. FBI rescues missing teen from Florida hotel after a month-long hunt for accused kidnapper. 16-year-old girl was safely recovered from a hotel room in Jacksonville, Florida, after she went missing from Ohio in February. 16-year-old girl has been missing for roughly 1 month and has been safely recovered following a multi-state investigation that led to the arrest of accused repeat kidnapper, the FBI told Fox News Digital on Tuesday. So, how is he out free if he's already kidnapped before? The justice system really needs to fix this kind of nonsense. The victim was reportedly found in a hotel room last Friday near Jacksonville, Florida, after she was reporting missing from Ohio on February 16th. Investigators identified the subject as a Tennessee man named Negron, whose charges are currently pending. You know, I want to say one thing about black names, and I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's a black name. It's like Negron. That's a black name. All right, DeMarcus. All right, Laquanda. You can't tell me that these names aren't about fuck you, Whitey. You can't convince me of that. Names like Negron is about fuck you, Whitey. Because what if I'm Negron's friend and I come walking up into his neighborhood and he's sitting there talking to all his friends and I'm like, "What's up, Negron?" They don't know that I know him. Or maybe someone there doesn't know his name and thinks that I'm making some sort of racist transformer joke about him, and he, I don't know, shoots me, stabs me, beats the crap out of me. And it's like, that's his name. What if I shouted at a crowded concert, "Negron, come on over here"? I got my hand up like that. How long do you think I'm going to get my ass kicked, even by white people? Did you see what he did? He held up the Roman salute and yelled. It's like, no, you misunderstood me. It's at a concert. So don't tell me it's not about fuck you, Whitey. Anyway, his charges are currently pending. Agents also determined that I'm not going to use the name anymore, had been linked to separate potential kidnapping in 2024 when he allegedly transported a 17-year-old Texas girl for sexual activity. Why was he free? The agency reported Friday's arrest as a second successful takedown of an alleged sexual abuser in just 1 week. FBI Director Kash Patel praised the operation, which had coordinated between multiple field offices, along with local police and elite hostage rescue team. He added that protecting children from violent criminals is a top priority, and the teams no doubt saved lives. You would have saved more lives if you had kept him in prison. This case is the best of the FBI working with great local partners. Oh, we're all so great. We're awesome. We're all working together, and it's wonderful. Protecting kids against violent criminals. The top our Cincinnati, Nashville, and Jacksonville field offices. Yes, we understand the point of the FBI. We just don't want you doing things like trying to encourage terrorists to be terrorists. We don't want you to like, hey, you want to go kidnap Gretchen Whitmer? I think it was your idea. You said you wanted to do it. What do you say? You want to go kidnap Gretchen Whitmer? We understand the FBI has a purpose, and it does do good things from time to time. But there's other things that they do that are very, very bad. That stuff needs to be fixed, Kash Patel. His name is Kashyap Patel. Unless you own the company Cash App, you shouldn't have that name. I would change it immediately. All right. Weird rants today, huh? Oh, I'm cruising right along. Let's get to this. No, wait. Nope. Number 11. Here we go. 1-1. Yeah, you'd have to pay me to get on a plane these days. So, flight passengers are warned that things could get worse amid DHS shutdown, delays, and callouts. Ashley J. DeMella. That's a terrible headline. Training new officers takes 4 to 6 months as call-out rates spike above 50% at major airports like Houston. American airports and travelers continue to suffer impacts from the DHS shutdown and the TSA officers continue to go without paychecks, some European countries are warning those who would potentially visit the U.S. UK, for example, has updated its foreign travel advice for those looking to travel to the U.S., calling out the travel disruption, quote unquote. Its advisory says that there will be longer than usual queues at some U.S. airports due to partial U.S. government shutdown. It goes on, check with your travel provider, departure, airport, or airline for the latest guidance. Delays are occurring because the TSA officers are calling out from work after going unpaid for the third time in nearly 6 months. There's a national call-out rate of 10.19% on Sunday. The TSA spokesperson told Fox News Digital this week it's the highest rate the agency has seen. On Tuesday, Hartsfield-Jackson Airport in Atlanta, Houston, cautioned travelers about delays in the X-Post and called out passengers attempted to hack the system. We're seeing increased congestion at international terminal checkpoint caused by domestic travelers attempting to bypass lines in the domestic terminal. Jeepers creepers. If you're flying domestically, please use domestic security checkpoints. At this time, wait times at international checkpoints are longer because those are domestic terminal. All right, over the weekend, call-outs spiked at major airports, with Houston reaching over 50%, while New Orleans and Atlanta airport call-outs hit over 30%. What about JFK? What about LaGuardia? What about Richmond? What about Dulles? What's the other one? Washington, BWI, Baltimore Washington International. Surprised Baltimore's not on the list. Yeah, you couldn't get me get on a plane. It's been taken over. You know, the whole industry has been taken over. Like, it's basically like corporate welfare airlines these days. And they just shove you into the plane like cattle. They give you the crap. Remember that sandwich? They give you crappy food. I remember back in the day, like drinking beer the entire flight. Back in the 90s, you know. I remember being I was over 21 then. And the food you got, you know, was it was the 90s, so I mean, it was more like what you get like a top-notch TV dinner, but it's still a meal. It wasn't a packet of peanuts and a cup of water that big. So, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to get on a plane. It's, I don't know, kind of a nightmare. Go watch body cam of people getting arrested at airports. That might open your head, open up your eyes. I mean, don't open up your head unless it's with your mouth. You're opening your mouth or your nose. I guess you got to open your head to breathe every single. Okay, keep your head open. Keep your mind open. All right, let's get into 2 happier stories, then we're out of here. I'm in a weird mood, I guess. So, dog with bucket overhead rescued in Alabama. I love dogs. It's kind of because they're so dumb. Dog seen wandering for several days. with a bucket stuck over his head in Alabama has been freed thanks to the efforts of multiple local residents. Did you see the dog with a bucket on your head and just say, I wonder if I should call somebody about it? Or they just say, oh, look, there's a dog with a bucket stuck on his head. Oh, well. And then like 2 days later, you come out and you look, oh, there's somebody finally cutting the bucket off the dog's head. It's good somebody had the capability to help that poor dog. Because I don't know how things work. I'm having trouble just getting out this door. That's a window, honey. Huh? It's a what? You're looking out a window. Oh, okay. Anyway, so Eric Bowman led the effort to find the dog in Winston County after photos appeared on social media. He took pictures of it and uploaded it without helping the dog. The indifference of people. Showing the canine with a bucket stuck over his head. Animal trapper Caleb Estel, who assisted with the search and rescue operation, announced on social media that the lab mix, now named Buck, has been successfully captured along with his companion, a Belgian Malinois. Rescuers dubbed Milo. Buck and Milo. Quote, I came up behind him with a pair of snips and started cutting the bucket. Bowman told, it's Alabama. Tons of people have snips, right? Bowman told WVTM TV, we eased the bucket off his head and his whole attitude changed. I bet. Because I bet he was pissed the whole time. It's like, what are you doing? I already got a bucket over my head. It's, oh, thank you. Thank you. As soon as the bucket came off his head, you could see the relief on him. He just went almost limp. The dogs were both being treated for their injuries by the veterinarian, who soon be put up for adoption. I hope they find a good owner, and that will keep them both together, Estel said, because that Malinois stuck with a black dog through all that. They definitely have a bond. Yeah. And the dog came up and was like, oh, man, you got a bucket on your head? That happened to me once. That was back when I had an owner, and he's like, 3 days, you say? Now, 3 days. Didn't those humans over there take pictures of you and like post it online? I'm sure dogs bond over stuff like that. Yep, got my head stuck in a bucket as well. Maybe some humans too. All right, let's talk about these weird ass birds. Last story. Emu escapes Kentucky home when storm topples fence. As you may know, we had some severe storms over the last few days. And so you're going to have stuff like this happening. Critters escaping. Okay, so it's March 17th on St. Patrick's Day. Authorities in Kentucky said an emu named Mystery spent about a day on the loose when severe storms knocked down her shelter and fence. The Hardin County Sheriff's Office said the emu escaped from the owner's property in the Salt River Road area of Eastview on Sunday when storms destroyed the shelter and knocked down the surrounding fence. Is there an echo in here? This is UPI after all. Please do not try to approach or catch her. Emus will run if frightened, which makes it harder on her owner to safely get her home, the sheriff's office said in social media. Post was updated on Monday to say Mystery has been found safe and returned home. The details of the large Australian bird capture were not immediately known. Come here, you. The reason I told it's a very short story, obviously, but these are weird creatures. Everything in Australia is weird looking, But in my neighborhood, somebody has a couple of emus. All right, and one day, one got out. And I remember I stepped out the back door from having a cigarette and like turkey sounds. Like, what the hell? What? I'm start looking around, start walking around, like, what the hell is going on? I finally see it. It's like through the trees on the other side of like the next road over. I see an emu standing there in front of like a glass door. Like a glass storm door that has the door behind it. And the emu is just kind of looking at the reflection and bumping its head into it. And I must have watched it for 10 minutes. Doing the same thing, making the noise, looking at himself in the reflection, and banging his head into it. He couldn't figure it out. He couldn't figure out what the hell he was looking at. It's kind of like this, when you watch those videos of like they put a mirror in a jungle or something like that and watch and film animals as they come up and react to it. It's like having your cat, putting a mirror in front of your cat, and your cat's like, I'm gonna fight whoever's in that mirror. I don't get it. Their brains are not humans. That means they don't think of self. They don't understand consciousness. They're just animals. They're just horses. They're just puppies. They're just cats. They're animals. We're better than them. All right? We're better than them. We can love them to pieces. You can love your emus. I'll love my puppies. You can love your horses for now. Just don't come around me with your horses. It's that simple. And I won't come near you with my puppy. My vicious, mind control puppy. You look into his eyes, he gives you the puppy dog eyes, and makes you do things you don't want to do. Anyway, this is going to be the end of the show. I want to remind you again that I have a Patreon. Go to patreon.com/shockmonkeyradio. Become a patron today. I'd very much appreciate that. Or you can send me money through Cash App. Use the hashtag shockmonkeyradio, all one word. Oh, yeah, thanks for hi to all the new people. I know I got picked up a couple subscribers. You can follow me on social media at DNALETSAW. That's the word wasteland spelled backwards on Twitter. At SLRobbins13 on Instagram. And Shock Monkey Radio Redux on Facebook. This has been Shock Monkey Radio. I'm the Madman. And I love you.
The madman loves you all, from the big to the small. He loves you from all